When our ideas are dismissed or our status feels threatened, we get defensive. This is an ego threat, a primal urge to protect our self-worth. In the workplace, ego threats quietly erode collaboration and trust. When ego takes over, people stop listening, learning, and contributing meaningfully. Teams thrive on trust and vulnerability, but ego threats turn the workplace into a battlefield. The focus shifts from us to me, and innovation dies. When people care more about looking smart or getting credit, the mission falters. Ego threats are often invisible. What feels like feedback to a manager can feel like an attack to an employee. Defensiveness is natural, but it poisons team dynamics and blocks honest communication. A workplace full of ego threats can't adapt or grow. It becomes a group of individuals protecting their turf. Leaders must create psychological safety, where people feel safe to admit mistakes or share bold ideas. This safety is the antidote to ego threats and the foundation for trust and progress. The ego isn't the enemy, it's our reaction to protecting it that must be managed. Only then can real teamwork and innovation begin. When ego feels threatened, our brains shift from collaboration to self-protection. We become closed off, less willing to admit mistakes, and more likely to hoard information or criticize others. These aren't signs of bad people, but of people who feel unsafe. This defensiveness ripples through teams, eroding trust, the foundation of cooperation. If ideas are shot down to protect egos, people stop sharing. Conversations become political and silos form between individuals. Innovation stalls because failure is seen as shameful, not as a chance to learn. People stick to safe, mediocre work to avoid risk. The group's collective intelligence is wasted and engagement plummets. Burnout and turnover rise as people lose their sense of belonging and purpose. The workplace becomes just a paycheck, not a place to make a difference. The best people leave, not for money, but for a place where they feel valued. Ego-driven cultures lose both productivity and heart. Inflated egos are often a product of the environment. A lack of honest feedback leaves people guessing, fueling insecurity or arrogance. High achievers may tie their worth to being the best, making them brittle when challenged. Overly competitive cultures turn colleagues into rivals, undermining teamwork. Weak leadership, avoiding tough conversations or playing favorite, lets egos run wild. When leaders model arrogance, the whole organization follows. Without strong, humble leadership, fear and self-interest take over, and the mission is lost. Leaders can change the environment by building a culture where egos are checked and teamwork thrives. Regular, structured feedback focused on behavior, not personality, removes the sting and makes growth possible. Celebrate team achievements, not just individual stars, to reinforce that success is shared. Frame mistakes as learning opportunities, not sources of shame. Leaders should admit their own errors, making it safe for others to do the same. Hold learning reviews to find lessons, not scapegoats. True strength is in learning and adapting, not always being right. Leaders who serve, listen, and put the team first set the ultimate example. Connect the work to a purpose greater than any one person. When the mission is clear and inspiring, egos step aside and collaboration flourishes. Take the story of a top pharmaceutical company whose innovation stalled, not from lack of talent, but from a culture paralyzed by ego. Scientists competed for credit, guarded their work, and avoided risk. The new head of R&D broke down silos, created cross-functional teams, and shifted rewards to shared achievements. She modeled humility, admitted what she didn't know, and encouraged open, constructive feedback. Trust grew, failures were shared, and collaboration replaced rivalry. Scientists saw each other as allies, united by the mission to help patients. The R&D pipeline was revitalized, not by lone geniuses, but by diverse minds working together. The greatest barrier to success is often unchecked ego, not lack of resources. True leadership creates a safe space for people to give their best. When ego steps aside, collective success takes the lead.